Hey, I'm Zach. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I recorded a pick a card reading, so I just felt like recording one right quick on a fun topic. So this one is how to break through boredom. So if you're sitting around bored, don't know what to do, I hope this video gives you some fun ideas or inspirations or something to do, some motivation, and some way to have a good time and not feel so bored anymore and just break through that boredom. So we've got four piles of cards. In terms of objects, we've got on pile 1 this nice piece of beach glass, this beautiful green beach glass. On pile 2, we've got this large piece of driftwood. I love this big clunker. On pile 3, we've got a more delicate little piece of driftwood. And then on pile 4, we've got this ceramic fish. It's got a big grin on its face. I love this ceramic fish. So I hope you'll take a minute right now to look at them and choose the pile that is calling out your name. And if you're new to the channel, the cards all have characters from my game Monster Garden, so it's like tarot, except my fun own little system. There's also some random characters I've illustrated in comics and stuff as well, so it's a mix of my characters basically, mainly from my game Monster Garden. There's a link to Monster Garden in the description box. So check that out if you want to. And anyway, right now, just run your eyes over these stacks, choose which one is calling your name, pause the video if you need to. Then when you've chosen one, please go to the description box and find the timestamp for the pile that you chose and click on the timestamp and it'll take you to the part of the video with your reading. Alright, if you chose pile 1, this is your reading. So I had a feeling this stack was going to be about something about just like letting all your desires for perfection down and just like being totally careless and just playfully like bashing your way forwards, almost just like wasting energy, taking a brute force approach, but not even worrying about finesse or style or perfection. So let's just see what the cards say about that. Feb, analyze, and assess. Tinty, broken, and beautiful. And reversed, foofter. Yeah, I think Tinty's the key card here. It's about just like not worrying about the details or anything being perfect, and the broken parts are beautiful. Just like rumbling and tumbling your way forwards. So in terms of breaking through boredom, I think the key is not feeling like you have to do anything perfectly or with finesse. Just go do something wild and crazy you would normally never consider doing because it's so uncouth and wild and crazy. Just go running through the woods or like scribbling on the wall if you're allowed to do that in your own house. We've got the Feb, analyze, and assess monster here. This is about carefully observing and assessing things, but also finding the things that are outside the scope of rational inquiry. So I feel like this is like just go do something that can't be measured or analyzed, that there's no finesse with. Just go like scrambling up the side of a hill through the brush. And wilderness. You've got reversed foofter, which is about being so shy and gentle and being scared to step on a toe. And so this is what you need to not do. Just go, I don't know, go outside and just like yell at the top of your lungs for a moment. I mean, don't disturb anyone. But I feel like something like this, just kind of transgressive and wild, could just break through your boredom. So if you're sitting there thinking, what do I do? What would be fun? Should I be building skills? Just instead think like, what would be some outrageous thing I would never dream of doing? Just like think of something that's like a border you would normally never cross or a wall you would just never question being there. Just imagine totally bashing through it. Like, again, like don't disturb anyone, but maybe you're very strict with yourself, like never make a peep after 9 p.m. or something. Just like play super loud music at midnight and just go crazy for like 5 minutes dancing around. Something that's totally blunt, almost barbaric and careless. No worries about finesse or being precise. Or something like where you have no understanding of it, so you can't even be doing a good job with it, where there's no way to analyze and assess it because you're totally unfamiliar with it. Maybe like there's a piano, but all the people who are good at pianos play it, but not you because you don't know about music. Just start banging on some keys. Like, what would a barbarian wild man do if they had a piano on their hand? Like, don't break the piano, but just like wail on it. Use things in weird, unexpected ways and start banging some pots and pans together. I feel like just something wild and crazy. Carelessly bashing through a barrier in a respect safe, non destructive way. I mean, with your own property in the privacy of your home or wherever you can safely do this. But I feel like just like some blunt, over the top, brute force method is what would help with breaking through this boredom. Literally breaking through the boredom. Like there's a wall of boredom. Just go banging through it and just like go a little bit wild. Let yourself go a little bit wild. Don't worry about being careless or stomping on anyone's toes for a change. And just accept that if you just like bang some pots and pans together, that like harsh, clashing noise could be a beautiful symphony. Just like see it in a different light, something like that. Let's just get a few other cards to maybe spice up this reading. Get some more clarity. Yeah, this card is about. This is a new card added to the deck. It's this kind of secret character at the end of the game. If you talk to him, he repeats back all the noises of the monsters you've met. He's kind of just like an empty vessel that repeats back these noises and kind of mimics your friends. So it's a little bit of a funny trolling vibe. And this came out in reverse. So I feel like it's maybe just about be a little bit on the trolling side, not always so polite and careful, just like be doing something a little bit rash and barbaric. Don't worry about being a good student or a good teacher and inputting and outputting the information really clearly, which is what this is also about, just being an empty cup to learn other people's stuff and then output it almost robotically. Don't worry about this robotic precision input output. Just like blast on some horns. Just imagine yourself as a barbarian monster bashing through this wall of boredom, and like what would that look like to you? Let's get some more cards to see what that would look like to you. Oh, there we go. Let's see. It's the not ready, awaiting orders card. Yeah, I think like it's in reverse. You don't need to wait until you're ready, until you've discovered this masterful solution to boredom, until you have enough skills to entertain yourself or you've found like your greatest passion or a solution. You don't have to be ready. You're sitting around bored, just stand up, start like getting on a table and like jumping off the table, like something wild and crazy. I keep describing physical things. It doesn't have to be that. It could be just like scribble on paper, do something you would never dream of doing. It's outside your skill set and your normal zone. I feel like the cause of your boredom might be that you're trying to just carefully look and see what you should do. Wait for someone else to announce a fun thing for you to do. Don't wait for someone else's announcement or wait for your analysis to be complete. You're like ready for the fun, the beautiful fun right now. In your broken, unready state. And so, like this one's saying, don't worry about stomping on toes. Of course, don't be rude or disrespectful. Maybe you're like bothered by stomping on your own toes. Like, what if you go too far? There's kind of a vague fear we have sometimes of like just this nonsense fear of what if I quote unquote do too much or go too far? Oh no. You just have to like take that pressure off and stop holding back to escape the boredom. You have permission to play right now. If you're in your house or in your room, wherever you have your freedom of movement and action, you can do something wild and crazy in there right now. I'm giving you permission to do it safely, non-destructively, and politely. But there's plenty of crazy stuff that there's no reason not to do. It's not hurting anybody if you jump on your bed in your room, or if you, in the afternoon when it's okay to make noises, blare a song or bang a pot and pan together. Literally, if you're alone in your house, it's not going to break the pots and pans. Just go bang them together and see what happens and enjoy that beautiful cacophony. That is the message. I feel like this is so tinty energy. Central message right here. The broken imperfection things are the beautiful things. Just being a clunker, clunking around, banging around is fine and beautiful. Don't have to wait to be getting permission to act or permission to play. This is in reverse. You don't need to wait for that. Someone telling you you're ready. Just go for it. I feel like this is a pretty clear message. And I just want these readings to be brisk and fun, so I might just leave it here. Let's just try to get maybe one more card. If anything else comes out. My hands are just going crazy with slipperty-dipperty today. Let's see. Bust through that boredom wall for group 1. Wow, okay. That was a lot. I'll just try to skim over these and give you a quick message. Yeah, don't worry about analyzing, collecting data. Do be somewhat harsh in a playful, respectful way. Like, this card is about just having some standards. Say no to people. If people are telling you you need to be calm and careful, just like stand up to them and be like, nope, I need to bang this pot and pan together right now. Sorry. This card's about just rushing, going for it, getting carried away. Let yourself be carried away and let your hair down without even thinking about it. This can feel luxurious and like a guilty pleasure, but often it's just stuff that's totally fine and safe and dandy with no reason not to do it, but we get needlessly scared of quote-unquote going too far, getting too carried away. Let yourself get carried away with something safe and fun. Just blast music and dance too much for too long at too loud of a volume and see what happens. This is the card of like, it was reversed. It's about strength beneath the surface and kind of hiding your strength. I think it's saying just show your wild side. Don't like keep it hidden below the surface. And then these are the booty biker boys just going for it, rolling out devoted. Just let yourself be devoted to this fun thing you're doing for a minute. Complete devotion to this silly, wild task. This was a new way of reading cards, of rushing through them like that for a quick message, but that was kind of fun. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm just going to keep going to the next pile, and thank you for watching this, and I'll see you in the next reading. Please like and subscribe. I would love to hear a comment about this new fast-paced, like, single card blast through of a funny message. And yeah, please subscribe if you like this, and hit the bell icon to stay updated, and thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, if you chose pile 2, this is your reading. And I was feeling like this pile is going to be about just like setting yourself fun little goals and just savoring the skills that you have in a fun, delightful, playful way. Doing the things only you can do, and just doing, fun little tricks with your skills just for your delight. Let's see what the cards say. We've got Knowing in reverse. We've got Roofie Ride the Wild in reverse. And we've got Q, Broken Bully upright. So yeah, I feel like Roofie in reverse is the key thing. This character is about just having this pent-up energy that just needs to be carelessly unleashed. But I feel like what's going to help you break through your boredom is not just like doing something for no reason, but using the special skills that only you have, and maybe set a new fun little challenge. Just something that you just find fun, not for a purpose, but just like, if you're good at like, I don't know, playing a musical instrument, try to just play it at a extra high speed, or a funny new song you haven't tried before, but just for yourself as a funny little challenge to take delight in the twists and turns and savoring those skills that you have. Because Q is the card of moving from being a harsh bully to more of a fun, positive direction. So I feel like maybe you feel like you should only be using your skills to accomplish things and follow the rules and be practical, serious adult. Maybe if you like cooking, make a crazy fun dish that you kind of always wanted to try that's like off the books, that normally it's not in a recipe book, and just try it out that you think would be good with your unique understanding of food and dishes and spices. It's like, take off this pressure to perform that can be kind of harsh, and putting yourself in a proving ground and do something a little fun and new. It's like a step into a new area, and I feel like maybe you'll actually discover something with it. Like maybe you could come up with a new invention by breaking through this boredom and doing a fun little trick with your skills. This is the Knowing card. I think you have like a lot of knowledge to act on, but this card is usually about really still introspection. So I think you don't need to like deeply go really deep, like what would be a so meaningful way to use my skills and break out of this boredom with a masterful plan. Like, no, just use your skills in a fun, light way. Like, you have the skills, just put them to use and see what happens. Like, how can you use the skills in a way that just makes you smile to imagine doing it? So maybe it's not the normal way, what would normally be productive, but it's like, whoa, what if I like tried drawing with like a piece of lipstick as the pen? Like, what kind of art would I make with my amazing drawing skills if I was using lipstick for a pen? Like, do a funny twist like that. Or like, what if I tried like playing the drums but like using, I don't know, I just used this example in the past reading, so it's on my mind, but use a pot and a pan for the drum, and maybe you're a skilled drummer, so that would turn out really good. It's not that you're messing around doing nothing, but you're putting in a new little twist. You've only played the drums on a professional drum set before and, made serious, good songs, but now it's time to apply those skills in a funny new way. And that little twist of a new way, that fun new little challenge could make you do a fun, special, new, maybe discovery, but I mean, don't worry about discovering anything. Just do it for the fun, and that's kind of secretly how you do kind of sometimes discover cool things that actually lead to something. But the impetus, the core thing is just finding something that makes you grin and giggle and be like, what? What if I did it like that? What if I cooked a dish for dinner that only has these four randomly ingredients that I randomly selected out of the fridge? Like a little challenge for yourself, like a cooking show kind of thing. Like make a pie that includes a dessert pie that includes the ingredient of tomatoes. That's not normally in dessert. What if you did that? It's like a fun, playful challenge. So it's not just being careless. It's like really putting your skills to use in a new, fun way. So yeah, I feel like that's the core message. Let's see what other kind of cards come through. Any other detailed practical tips for group 2? It's the Gatekeeper card, Explore the Unknown. This is a really powerful card about like exploring your imagination, really going off the deep end of what's possible. And this was in reverse, so I feel like you might be the type to put a lot of pressure on yourself. Like you have to imagine a new masterpiece, really go deep with your expert knowledge. I feel like what you need is just a little bit of this. I mean, just like think what would be enough to mix it up and delight you, and then just try it. Don't sit there like with this card too. These are both introspective, deep experience, deep imagination, exploration stuff. Don't feel like it has to be such a deep application of your skills and self-expression. Just like add a little fun to it, a little bit of imagination. Don't have to be too much, but just, what if I did this? Find something, once it gets you smiling and kind of thinking and taken aback, like, what? I could try that? What if I did that? Then just go for it and just try it. What if you did a whole painting just with the color blue, one color for the entire painting? Something like that. What if you made a salad that doesn't have any leafy greens in it? I mean, I keep going back to food and drawing because I love those, but you can hopefully apply this to any skill or hobby that you actually have. And that spark could unlock some new tricks and fun things for you. Who cares if it doesn't lead to anything good? Maybe this pie with tomatoes will taste like crap, but you'll have a fun little journey doing it. You got the monster fruit, a nourishing treat, in reverse. And again, this card is about purposeless nourishment. It's about doing something nice for yourself for no reason other than niceness. So I feel like this might turn you off or make you feel bored. It's kind of like Roofie too. It's kind of just purposeless self-expression, just purposeless self-care and niceness. I think that's turning you off and making you bored. You don't want to do something for no reason. I feel like maybe you think self-care is kind of pointless and boring. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just sit in a bathtub doing nothing? That's boring. But don't look at it that way. Just be like, this is really using your skills and helping you learn. It's not for no reason. But like the key thing with this kind of fun play is that it's technically for no reason. Like maybe this tomato pie is going to be a disaster. No one's going to want to eat it. But it's putting your skills to use. It's not nothing. It's not random. It's something that's combining your skills and experiences, but just with a funny new twist. So it's not a waste of time. It's not a waste of energy. It's not purposeless. It's just you using your skills in a fun new way. Maybe it's something you never thought would be fun. Maybe it's something you do at your job. Maybe like you're so sick of cooking because you cook at your job. But what would be a crazy thing that you would get fired for cooking at your job? Just try cooking that up, like a funny little inside joke with yourself. The key thing, I think, is finding the spark that makes it feel not purposeless to you. Whether it's like an inside joke against your boss or like just a crazy idea, what if I did that? Finding that will make the action come out naturally and just be a fun burst of little delightful little tricks and stuff. So, in the last reading, I just let a bunch of cards just kind of dump out at the end and kind of just read them as one big, like, sentence almost, just a quick series. So it didn't happen, so maybe I won't do that. Yeah, it's just a clear message one after the other of these reverse cards. This is the Deep Appreciation Monsters card. This is like ancient, deep appreciation for what you're doing, like really deep depths of connection to the past, and what you're doing is so appreciated and deep and powerful. Don't worry about this. It's not, doesn't need to be deep. No one needs to appreciate it. Just do a superficial, fun thing for you that's putting your skills to use in a crazy, fun, new way that maybe only you are delighted by. And if you told someone else, they'd be shocked. Maybe this is like your dirty little secret, like don't tell anybody, but you just made a whole painting just with lipstick. What are they going to think about that? It's kind of like your funny little trick just for you. I feel like that's how you should think about it. All this serious cards reversed, and this just kind of pointless expression for no reason reversed. Just a fun new journey for you that's like playful and lighthearted and fun, no pressure, no proving ground, doesn't have to be deep. And that doesn't mean it's pointless. That's the key message. Just because it's not deep and it's not your next masterpiece doesn't mean that it's utterly pointless. It's worth it just to have the fun with yourself. So I hope this breaks you out of your boredom. Let me know in the comments section if this helped you. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon so you stay updated. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to move on to the next pile, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Alright, if you chose pile 3, this is your reading. So I was feeling like this one is about really zooming in on something that intrigues you, just going really, really deep on one topic and really discovering something wild and new and detailed, just like going hard to a new level where you never pursued this topic. But let's see what the cards say. We've got Tifa, the floating poet, Mr. Bobo, your guide, and Leg Dog, unexpected developments. Yeah. Mr. Bobo is your guide through the game. He is like just listening to your inner voice and following that. Leg Dog is unexpected developments where one tiny little step of curiosity at the beginning leads on and on to multiple developments and discoveries and surprises after that. And Tifa is just like connection to this mysterious unknown world. So I feel like you need to just listen to your inner voice, find something that is like the thing that you're really into. Maybe you just always liked this book or that work of art or this or that thing, and just start looking into it. Like you could go deeper and deeper. Never stop asking the questions, but always follow the thing that interests you about it and try to get deep and deep and deep down to the very heart of what it is that intrigues you about it. If there's some artist you always liked involved in it, like read about their life, find out who they really were, how did they get into this, and like find this deep, deep hidden kernel that is really the thing that excites you about this. And just, I feel like there's going to be a long, ever unfolding journey of discoveries with this Leg Dog thing. If you can get started with just taking a big view at first and then slowly zooming in, looking closer and closer, deeper and deeper. Then once you think you've got to the deep core, then look even closer and be like, what's that part right there? Then go even closer, like be like, what's inside that? And then eventually you might find something you never like saw it from that perspective, or a new side of things that could lead even somewhere else. I'm just seeing like following deeper and deeper and deeper into this mysterious world, just following your intuition with the Tifa and the Mr. Bobo. It's like just following this mysterious hunch you have. If you always had this hunch that you kind of liked this thing in passing, now's the time just to go deep, deep, deep into it. And just keep following the mysterious unknown hunch of what you like about it. Even if your mind is saying, well, you know, that's why that's good. Everyone knows that. That's a fact. Just start questioning it, going even deeper down off the deep end of knowledge into this subject. And get to the bottom of it. And I feel like this investigative process will be fun, and you could find something really cool and interesting at the end. But let's get some other cards for you. Pile 3, going deep, deep in this knowledge field to break through the boredom. Let's see what could be it. Wow. Got a lot of reversed cards here. Interesting. We've got reversed Booty Biker Boys, reversed Mooch, and reversed the Boss. Yeah, these are all about kind of conventional learning. The Booty Biker Boys and the Boss go together. They're from Seedling 2. The Booty Biker Boys serve the boss, and the boss tells them what to do. This is like conventional learning or having a boss where someone's guiding you, instructing you, You're following what the authority says. You're devoted to their every word, following their orders. In the game, this is kind of a toxic situation. So when they're both in reverse, it's kind of pointing to that toxic situation you don't want, of like following what other people tell you to do. Maybe someone always told you, that's crazy and weird that you're interested in that. Everyone knows that this is how that works. Maybe this interest of yours is something a little unusual or off the beaten wall. Or, maybe something spiritual, or like card divination, like what I'm doing right now, that science says that's outrageous. Maybe you just want to read more about it. And I'm not saying get into conspiracy theories, but I mean, maybe you don't know why you're interested in it, and people said that's a crazy interest, and now's the time just to pursue it. This is the other card about just like being an empty cup in order to fill your cup with someone else's knowledge, but it was in reverse. So I feel like that's saying, like, don't just mimic back what other people told you. This character in my game, I should explain, they're a secret character, and they repeat the noises of each monster that's joined your party. So in my game, actually, me and my friends voice the monsters with gibberish voices. Each monster has a voice, and this monster just repeats back their noises of the monsters you've met, kind of like a fun little sound test. But don't just mimic back the information that the bosses told you, that the books told you, that the teachers told you. Just go on a wild, intuitive journey of going deep into this realm of knowledge you always wanted to, but you never took it seriously, or people told you no. Maybe it's just something creative and people always told you, art, that's just silly hogwash, business and science are for serious people. Just forget what you've always heard and just follow your intuition, inner voice, and get ready for an unfolding series of developments. Like whatever you've always been into, but you just didn't let yourself pursue it because of these like pressures to be normal or listen to others, just like forget about that stuff and let yourself have an amazing journey of going deeper and deeper. But just focus on that, always zooming in and trying to get to the bottom, zooming in deeper and deeper and deeper, trying to really develop your knowledge deeply in one area and really see what's going on there. Even if it's something you already know about and already explored, and you thought you knew everything about this topic, actually question it a little more and see what's really going on there. I feel like that's going to be the key thing for you. Let's see if any other cards come up. In the first pile, a big pile of cards came out, and I kind of just read them all at once, but we'll see what comes up now. Any other details of how this group could sparkling seedling and bring your creation to life. So yeah, maybe you feel like you always have to be making things and not researching things. Maybe you're like, I know how to do this, so I should just do it and make it. Focus on practical stuff like being productive, making my masterpiece. Maybe you should take a step back and stop making and doing and feeling like you have to be productive, and just like go deep into your knowledge and figuring things out and really questioning the things you always took for granted, because this card is about discovery, potential, new beginnings. Each seedling represents a level of my game. So each seedling is like a little adventure waiting to be discovered. Just let yourself go on a new adventure of discovery, stepping into the unknown, making new connections, one thing leading to another. You don't need to just be productive with your current knowledge, and you don't need to let the bosses and teachers say, that's enough learning, it's time to put your knowledge to use now. I mean, now's the time just to go deep with exploring some new area of knowledge. You don't have to be practical with it. You don't have to build anything with it. You don't have to question, how is this going to help me be productive? Just forget about that for a minute. This isn't the time to make masterpieces. It's just go deep into this area, and maybe in the end you're going to discover something new that could lead you in a new direction altogether. Who knows? Or who knows what it'll develop into. I think just letting yourself be open to the unknown, intuition, following your inner voice, what your heart says is interesting, not what other people told you is worthwhile, not what your mind says this will be productive. It's allowing for the unexpected to unfold, allowing for the intuition to guide you. That's the key thing to bust out of your boredom. I keep saying deep, but I feel like you just need to keep zooming in and going deep with your level of awareness and exploration, just mentally and with imagination. You don't have to be making anything yet. Just picking things apart, maybe even taking things apart with your hands. If there's any objects that you like to use, your instrument or something, take it apart and see how it works and get to the bottom of it. Maybe you'll reassemble it in a different way. Who knows? So that's what I'm getting for this group. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please let me know in the comments section how you felt about this. Like this video if you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated with new notifications for new videos. And yeah, thank you again. Hope you check out the other readings. There's also a series of videos where I explain the meaning of the cards. If you want to go deeper into the meaning of these cards, there's a playlist of those that I'm adding to each week. And yeah, thank you again. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. If you chose pile 4, this is your reading. And I was feeling like with this group, the message is basically like let yourself build up a little dramatic narrative in your head about what you're doing and really let your imagination flow and feel like you're just going on a daring and flagrant and brazen adventure, and let yourself build up a little funny story in your head. I feel like you might be feeling like everything has to be serious or boring, but it's actually possible. Even if you're walking your dog, pretend that it's so important that you walk this dog and you have to venture into this dangerous territory if that excites you. Or like just tell yourself a funny little story about what you're doing when you're washing the dishes. Pretend these are ancient dishes, each one is special. I mean, I'm giving you pretty silly examples, but whatever it is, it just gives you a sense of drama and like being on the edge when you're doing it. Like, what if I imagined it like this? I feel like it's not even about what you're doing. Just let your mind imagine a funny little story about it. I personally really like to do this to spice things up myself, so I'm really into this group. Let's see what the cards say. We've got Joy in reverse, White Diamond in reverse, and Baby in reverse. This is interesting. Yeah, I feel like you're having trouble to get started breaking out of the boredom in any way because you feel like it has to be fun. It has to be just spontaneous fun, and I don't feel like having fun. But maybe it doesn't have to be like joy and giggles. You could make up a crazy dramatic narrative in your head of what if you're a secret undercover detective, or what if it's like you're sneaking into the dark side by doing this, something kind of edgy. It's like, oh gosh, can you really do this? Even a little bit transgressive. And as long as it's just a story in your head that's not hurting anybody, that's fine. I feel like it might just be a shift in focus, and that it doesn't have to be just song and dance. This card is about song and dance. Breaking out of boredom doesn't have to look like you running around laughing and smiling. It doesn't have to look like you just spinning in circles having a ball. This is Baby who just wants to follow the fun, very social. And this is like about beginning and end, so I feel like it's hard for you to get started with this because you feel like it has to look like, maybe it has to look so positive and flowery. Maybe it's kind of annoying to you. Maybe the choices to you feel like you have to be either bored and like interesting and serious, or having fun and frivolous and stupid, and you don't feel like just laughing and giggling. But that's not the only way to get out of boredom. You can get out of boredom with your transgressive little story. What if you just sneak in, pretend you're sneaking in somewhere and stealing something? Like, don't actually steal something, but you can make up little stories for yourself. I'm trying to think of a good example of this, but just like, what if you just snuck out of your house at 3 a.m. and walked around the neighborhood and pretend you're a spy on a little journey, and like enjoy that in your head? It doesn't have to look fun to other people. You don't have to be literally dancing or literally laughing. You can just kind of smirk to yourself, have a little inside dirty secret with yourself that you just ate ice cream at 2 a.m. and went on a sneaky spy mission, and little did they know that you're having this funny little journey and adventure in your head. But let's see some other cards, because I want to get some more details on what exactly would be a fun way to do this. Yeah, Monstros's deep appreciation. Maybe take a step on the dark side. This is like deep appreciation of ancestors, maybe even deep like spiritual things, that your actions are being appreciated by these ancient entities from the depths of the ocean. These monsters they come from the depths of the waters to your garden in my game. They're mysterious, and they just like say mysterious ancient wisdom. Maybe you should like pretend, safely and respectfully and lovingly that you're having a fun little ceremony in your house. Make up a little ritual where you do this or that. Something that is like mysterious and unknown, and oh my gosh, can I really do this? Of course, be safe and don't do anything harmful to yourself or others, but even if it's just in your head, like I feel like that's actually the key thing of lots of spiritual stuff. I don't know anything much about pagan stuff or witchcraft, so I hope nobody's bothered by this, but I feel like a lot of it's just creating your own meaning, creating your own rituals that feel meaningful for you. Maybe it feels really meaningful for you to write down some things that you like, and I don't know, tie them in a knot and tie them on a plant in your room, and like make up some funny little rituals just for you. And maybe you could even, I keep saying it in a kind of silly voice, maybe it's something that feels serious and solemn to you. Maybe make this a deep, solemn, meaningful experience for you. You write down the things you want to remove from your life on a piece of paper, and then like burn it in a ceremony to release these energies. Getting out of your boredom doesn't have to be this silly, frivolous, pointless play and looking like a silly dancer in your room. It can look solemn and serious. That's actually, to me, that's a form of play. If you're pretending that this writing things on paper is very serious and solemn, that's a form of pretend and play. And I mean that in a positive, beautiful way. Like, pretend and play are so powerful, but you can make it feel serious and solemn. Go for a solemn walk through the woods where you're a beautiful spiritual princess connecting with the ancient tree spirits. Maybe you don't want to think of it as entertainment, but it's a form of entertainment to have this serious, ritual, deep, connected walk through the wilderness or whatever. Just let yourself imagine something that feels meaningful for you. Imagine the meaning into your life. That's the power of imagination. Imagine into reality. Let your mind pretend that it's so meaningful that you're doing this or that. If you have no spare time, just pretend it's meaningful that you're loading the dishwasher. If you do have spare time, then make up a new meaningful and interesting feeling task that's just for you. No one else knows about it. Or maybe you could include some friends, but I mean, this entertainment, whatever you want to call it, can look lots of ways. It doesn't have to just be playing a flute and dancing around and making jokes. I feel like that's the key message for this group. Let's see if any other messages come through. I'm really enjoying this one, so I hope this is helping. Love, support, and encouragement. This is the card that's saying you're just doing a great job just the way you are, and it's just supporting you on your endeavor. I feel like, yeah, maybe you just need a little bit of encouragement. Maybe you feel a little bit, maybe just a tad on the like negative side or cynical side of feeling like entertainment and fun is just for other people, but not for you. But I'm just here to tell you that it's for you too, and it can look however you want it to look. Let your version of play be a solemn, serious thing if you want to. Let it be a dark and edgy, mysterious thing if you want to as well. Like, we imagine play as kids, sitting on the floor, playing with toys and laughing. That's not the only way it looks. Your way of play is worthwhile too. And in fact, I want to do an upcoming video on different ways of playing, because play is not just about laughing and, pink flamingos and funny things and wearing a tutu. It can look solemn and serious. You can lay on the floor and just be playing in your mind with some deep journey, playing with your deepest issues. This card is just encouraging you and supporting you to have your own playful journey. And I'm here to tell you, play can look serious and solemn. Play can have no laughs. Play is not judged by the superficial aspect. It's what feels interesting for you. And play is about like new connections and new twists and turns and discoveries. That's the key thing. Not that you have to be laughing or looking like a kid. You can have deep, exploratory, meaningful adult play that just you with your amazing knowledge and experience can have, that no child could ever have, because you have so much wisdom and maturity. That's play, and you could say entertainment too. And I mean these in a good way, that play, entertainment, pretend, imagination are all fun, beautiful, powerful things that adults need too. So I hope this message is helping you. I'll try to get maybe one more card if any other ones want to come out. Maybe even more than one if they want to. I don't know. Just got to get better at shuffling out cards, because on the other YouTube videos, they come out really fast sometimes. Yeah, ready. Ready and awaiting orders. I feel like you might just have something you always wanted to do, but you kind of held yourself back because you're like, no, I don't do stuff like that. I'm a mature, serious adult. I don't play like a little kid. But you don't have to play like a little kid. You can play like a big adult, because big adults need play too. You can imagine like a big adult. You can pretend like a big adult and have deep, powerful, transformative play and pretend right now. That's the key message that I hope is going to get you started on a fun journey of discovering and making your own play style, your own imaginary pretend world. You can make your own imaginary pretend world that's just for you, that makes sense for adults, that is what adults need. Play isn't about becoming a child again. You can be a fully playful, totally adult in ways that children can't, because they don't have your wisdom and maturity and experience. that's the message I'm getting for you. I hope this helped. Really enjoyed doing this reading. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to stay notified. Hit the bell icon to get notified about my latest videos. If you're interested in the cards, check out my series of videos explaining the meaning of the cards. I go into detail on each one in the other playlist on my channel. And please comment, let me know what you thought of this reading, if it helped you. If you didn't think it helped you, then please let me know that too. And thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.